Yep, we're about to do it again. Shout out to each and every single creator I'm about to showcase in this video. We start up with Himmel from Frieren, and obviously the hair is completely different. I'm sure you're used to this hair by now, but if you want to play the game as an anime boy, especially with the DLC coming out sometime in the future, I don't know when, this is what you gotta do. Here's the second creation by Juno's library, and I gotta say, this Ari kind of looks good, and I especially put this one in the list because it's the closest thing we're gonna get to a cat girl, you know. In that sense, I thought it was unique. For those of you who like League of Legends, and if you want a manlier looking character with a bit of a scruff going on, you got Yasuo from League of Legends, created by Juno again. Here's a B-string creation. I try to get them as much as I can in the videos because, I mean, they're quite rare. And this one I think actually looks pretty cool. I like the eye makeup detail. This next one is called Fallen. I guess this character is also an anime character, maybe also from Frieren, I'm not sure, but her eyes are completely closed, but she still looks pretty aesthetic. Another unique but also good looking character creation in my opinion. And here's Kiana from, I guess, League of Legends as well. You guys let me know down in the comments. I really like her yellow eyes and the whole vibe. Kind of gives me that Egyptian vibe again, which I like a lot. And this was the last creation I'm going to showcase from Juno. Moving on to Mr. Red Chrono here, and as you can see, one of his newest creation is a beautiful ebony female character. And I would agree with the beautiful part. Her face is beautiful, you know, good eye color, unique hair color, and then you, on top of that, have some body tattoos. And yes, she also has the whole bakery. Next up from Red Chrono is a Alloy from Forbidden West or Horizon series. It's another one of those creations, if I had to be completely honest, that doesn't really look like the character it's modeled after, but it's still a, you know, I think a beautiful looking creation. Look, I don't know. If we have any Baldur's Gate 3 fans in the house, I think you will like Mintara, created by Nix's Zen. Here's a creation from another angle. Again, I like the fact that it's Mintara, so she has purple skin, something different, a drow, instead of your run-of-the-mill elf. Here's his attempt at recreating Ciri from The Witcher 3. You got the smushed makeup, the striking eyes, the scar on her face, not to mention the ashen hair, of course. Now, I might have showcased this one before, but I don't know if I showcased it with sliders. We're talking about Solomon Reed from Cyberpunk 2077, one of the greatest expansion packs that I've played, by the way. If you haven't done it yet, you should go ahead and play it. But yeah, Solomon Reed, as you know, is a badass looking guy, and so I think it's a pretty decent option. Here's another Beastren creation. It almost feels like the Beastren version of Geralt of Rivia to me for some reason. I don't know. The scar on the chest, one eye pretty much missing, scarred in some battle probably. But I really like the vibe. Here's one I definitely showcased before, but again, I don't think the sliders were there. We're talking Jason Momoa, and I mean, look how good it looks. Some would say almost too good. And here's the sliders for the child version of Thorfinn from Vinland Saga. My favorite anime of all time, I believe. Maybe races with Attack on Titan. Steins Gate is pretty cool too, but yeah, anyways. Here's a godly looking creation. This guy really reminds me of that one character that can control time and stuff like that from Mortal Kombat. And if you're into tattoos, I think you're about to like the transformation that this character is about to go through. Here it is. And look, if you like this vibe, if you like this style, here's 37 more of them you can check out. Created by Monarch Talon. You know, very talented, very striking looking creations, all of these. Again, if you're into stuff like this, you should definitely check him out, or her out. Maybe I should have just said them because, you know, it just takes care of everything. But here, we can definitely use the pronouns he and him because it is him. We're talking about Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Don't cancel me for saying that. I'm just, you know, it's German. Look, this hair just looks good with everyone, by the way. That theory is, maybe I should, like, go to the barber and make sure he gives me this hair too because, damn. But yeah, I think this is very cool. Like, it looks more like an Arnold from the Conan the Barbarian era. So in other words, a younger version of him, and it's nice. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you might like this creation. Or, you know, if you like Shrek 1 or 2, I don't know which one he was in. This is kind of a blasphemy I'm doing right now. But if you like Lord Farquaad from those series, I think kind of fits the bill for both of them. Or if you want a chin that will just break open boulders, you can also use this creation. Here's another creation from I Am Bramer, and I think this is one of his best works because yeah, this is Chuck Norris, and I think he's gotten as close as he could have possibly gotten with the creation, you know, character creation of Dragon Dogma 2. I would assume if you put in the exact, you know, value of all the sliders that he's showing right now, you're just gonna one-shot every NPC and enemy in the game. You have to, right? You have to. But if you want to bring some peace and love to the worlds of Dragon Dogma 2, He's also made Bob Marley. And this is another creation he has outdone himself with. This is Corvo Atano from Dishonored. And he has another awesome looking creation, Dean Winchester from Supernatural, Soldier Boy, if you're watching The Boys. And the beauty of this thing is obviously you don't have to play with this character one-to-one. You can just put all the numbers in and then change it up. Maybe change the eye color, maybe change the hair a little bit and do whatever is perfect for you. But yeah, Bramer is one of the GOATs out there with how many good looking creations he has. And this one not only does it look good, but like it's unique in the fact that I've seen a lot of Ragnar Lothbrok's, but we had no love shown for Bjorn Ironside. And my man Bramer made sure that I was changed. He also created Orihime Inoue from Bleach. If you're into that sort of thing, anime character looking with big eyes and then an even bigger heart. What else did you think I was gonna say? And I also included this one as the last one because not only do I like the character itself, Revolver Ocelot from Metal Gear Solid, but it also is a unique looking character. I mean, how many old characters that also look cool, you know, do I get to showcase? Not much or many. For any Marvel or more specifically Black Panther fans out there, here you go. This one's made by Dragon Games. Here's a guy who I thought to be a pretty good, especially older looking Batman. We're talking about Mr. Ben Affleck. I wish he had more of a chance to showcase what he could do with a better story and a story that just didn't get cut off in the middle. But those are topics for a whole different video. Here's one of the best Game of Thrones related creations I've seen so far. It's also unique in the fact that they're not creating Daenerys for the 1 millionth time. No disrespect to everybody else who created it, but it's such a breath of fresh air seeing a Rhaenyra creation instead of Daenerys. And I think the person, again, not only is this unique, but they've done an awesome job. And as you can see, with different hairstyles, this creation still looks awesome. So shout out to Beck and Games. And this is also their take on Leon S. Kennedy. The next creation is based after Ana de Armas. I'd say she's another popular name that people recreate a lot in this game. And again, Beck and Games, I think, killed it. He killed it. Again, different hairstyles, still looking beautiful. And Mr. Beck and Games is a gift that keeps on giving because here is Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch from Marvel. This is how she looks. You know, Elizabeth Olsen, many names, even with the red eyes. I thought this was super nice. But here's a different hairstyle from a different angle. He's also made a Henry Cavill creation. As you can see, this looks more like Henry Cavill's brother. But once we transform into The Witcher, oh boy, like, wow, this is thumbnail worthy right now. This is insanely good. And again, I've showcased this name before in young Jennifer Connelly, but this is Beck and Games' take on it. And again, he seems to be the GOAT, man. He's really good. And I believe this is the last creation I'm gonna show from Beck and Games, but man, just again, very goated. Ben Kenobi from Star Wars, of course. And yeah, especially when we weave him from the side, like how, dude, this is incredibly well done. I mean, look, just watch this video with the sliders. Get yourself a freaking lightsaber mod if it exists and you're set. Oh yeah, especially if you play as the Mystic Spear hand. Here's Lara Croft, aka Tomb Raider from Ina Game. nice name. I've actually showcased a whole bunch of Lara Croft creations, but none of them had the sliders, I believe. So finally, I redeemed that mistake. There you go. And this one looks almost perfect in my opinion. This next creation is from No BS Game Guides. And it's Harley Quinn that is based off of Margot Robbie. We're gonna stick with No BS, and as you can see, this is Tom Holland, the guy who played in the Uncharted movie. How did that happen? As Nathan Drake, no less. Or better known as Spider-Man. And here's someone else you're gonna recognize from Marvel. This is Scarlett Johansson. This is the second time I'm showcasing a creation based, you know, on the famous actress. And I think the face looks quite accurate. This is Zendaya right here. Again, the face doesn't look too much like her, but this creation has that oriental vibes. It's different, it's unique, and still looking beautiful. So obviously, it's gonna make it into this video. Here's someone else I see created a whole lot, but I think Jenna Ortega here, this is one of the most accurate looking ones. I mean, this is her again under some different lighting. Great job by No BS again. Lives up to his name. So speaking of Daenerys, just you know, a couple creations ago, this is another one I specifically wanted to show, not only because it looks good, but I think I had this exact same creation in the game help me as someone else's pawn. And their pawn was a sorceress. She had the crazy meteor ability. I don't know exactly what it's called. I can't remember right now, but oh my god, she helped me out so much. Next up, we got Maria Lopez, who recreated Saruman the White from Lord of the Rings, and this is incredibly good looking, honestly. Well, you get what I mean, accurate looking. Good looking? I guess for his age, I'm not sure. But if you want the bad boy instead of the good boy like Gandalf, I mean, yeah, pretty legit. Pretty darn legit. Here's a creation that I thought was super cool. We got Keanu Reeves, but not John Wick, not the old, broken down old man. No, we're talking about the young Keanu Reeves right here from The Matrix and stuff like that. And not only does this look decently accurate, I like, you know, under different lighting, as you can see. So it's a very good base. Again, if you're not satisfied with this look, use it as a base. Make something even cooler. Here's another bone for you Harry Potter fans. This is Hermione Watson. No, I cannot pronounce her name, okay? Get off me. But shout out to Sister Rosie for this creation. She's also recreated Pedro Pascal, and I don't know if it's actually pretty decent. Not gonna lie, like it does look kind of similar, it resembles the actor for sure. But I also like this because it's you know, very Hispanic looking, obviously from the person it was based off of. Hispanic looking creation. Again, I do want to keep things unique and showcase different stuff. As always, this one is not just only unique, but it's also pretty good looking. I would pretty much say the exact same thing with this one. This is Cillian Murphy, or Cillian Murphy, however you pronounce his name, from Oppenheimer, and so many other things that I cannot even name them right now. Next up, we got a channel whose it's their only purpose to create characters. We're talking about character creation channel, and this is Casca from Berserk. Actually, I thought this was going to be an original character, but I think this is very cool. Again, it's different, it's striking, uses a different hairstyle. I like it. Here's another character from Heroic, and like, I didn't even know you could, you know, achieve this type of look in the game. I don't know how they did it. He has another creation. It's an orange cat. One of the most dangerous creations, living beings on the universe. As you know, you never know what an orange cat is capable of. Here's the full body. Obviously, the cat has some tattoos, and it's a pretty rugged, pretty cool look. And this one is for you Street Fighter fans out there. This is Cammy. I saw a couple of these type of creations, but I think Heroic has done a pretty good job with this one right here. And Heroic named this one simply Young Scarred Female. This is a man who obviously likes to have the eyes be really, really big, but hey, they look good, man. Very aesthetic looking character, even with the scar. And this guy looks straight out of Game of Thrones, but he isn't. He is an original creation by Heroic. Once again, Old Scarred Male. That's his simple title. As you can see, he's been burned. I don't even know how he hid the actually dragon scar. That's insane. There's another very striking looking creation. I love the eyes again. Those, it's that blue, some green emerald, maybe light version of emerald. I'm not sure. I dig the whole vibe. Plus, she's an elf. Now, in my last video, I've probably shown you like 2 creations that was based on Ada Wong, and here's another one, honestly, and I had to show it. Again, this is done by Heroic, and it looks very good. Here's the same creation from afar. And no, this is not Ada Wong, this is Jill Valentine, and might be the only time I've seen a Jill Valentine creation so far. Again, beautiful face. I do wonder how she would look under, you know, different hairstyles. Now, if you want the answer to the same question, you can go ahead, you know, put in the sliders, you know, experiment a little bit. But that was the last creation I'm going to show from Heroic. We're going to go ahead and move to another goat called Senhoshi. Hoshi means to want something in Japanese, and I definitely want these creations from him. I mean, look at this. What I find unique about this one is usually when somebody uses this hairstyle, it's usually a very cute looking girl. I think this one looks a little bit more fierce. Probably because of the character was modeled after, I mean, One Punch Man. Great anime, by the way. You should watch that one too. If you haven't yet, I mean, it's pretty popular. Here's another creator called Red Dead Angel, and I think they have a lot of great looking creations. I'm going to showcase them real quick. I mean, just beautiful woman all around. But before we continue doing that, let's go back to Senhoshi for a second, because I do want to show you this Morrigan from Dragon Age, and she's basically a goth MILF. Need I say more? Now, you know, I've shown you some tattooed up characters earlier in the video, but this is, you know, same vibe, but this time is created by Senhoshi again. This one is from SSOS Sun. What an interesting name. I like to call this creation Timothy Charlemagne, but from the dark side. I think that's the vibe I'm getting from this one. Again, pretty unique, pretty cool, especially under this light. I think it looks pretty awesome. And very, very evil also. And Sun seems to specialize in creating characters with ashen hair. I mean, this one also looks pretty cool. Like the older brother or the younger brother of the other evil looking character. Keep in mind, by the way, that this character has a lot of tattoos, and the entire body tattoo, almost like looking like a t-shirt. But I've gone on too much without showing you any beasting creations. So here's one. I really like the blue tattoos or markings because, I don't know, it just gives that very magical, arcane vibe to this character. Here's another one, again created by Sun, and I will just classify him as the last creation's brother. And look, he even has a beautiful smile. Oh my goodness. But man, if I was to play as a beastern looking character, I think I might have chosen this one. And finally, here's a creation from SSOS Sun, but it's not ashen haired. And oh my goodness, this is yeah, I think I might simp for this character. Yeah, I like it. It's nice. Going back to Sanosi, here's a, as he describes, beautiful elf lady, I agree. And I don't know, like here it looks kind of cool, but for some reason when we see her in gear, to me at least it completes the look a little bit more. And this is his take for Ally from Horizon Forbidden, whatever. I'd say it looks a tiny bit more accurate to the video game character, but again, it looks good regardless. Here's another Star Wars character, Ben Swallow. He has that long ass scarf from all the way from the top to his shoulder. And this is a recreation of Lady in Dragon Dogma 2 from Devil May Cry. Here's Emma from Sekiro, obviously I think in the game. She does have that kind of European look to her, but she definitely looks a lot more Asian than here. But I think this creation has a beautiful looking face regardless, and yeah, as you can see with different hair, almost feels like completely different results. But I still think that this creation has a beautiful looking face, and look, one of those creations that you can basically pair up with every single hairstyle. Maybe not this one, but yeah, most of the time it looks pretty good. And this is one of the creations that stood out to me the most. This is Clive Rosefield from Final Fantasy 16, the latest Final Fantasy game. And I thought this one was quite charming. This is a character from the first game, Dragon Dogma 1, and she was a merchant. I think if you know, you know. I mean, she has quite the reputation from what I know. But we now move on to Hef's character creations. One of our newest creations is a snow elf. I mean, the whole thing looks great. The skin color, the hair. I love what she's done with the eyes too. Next up, we got Piano Meets Metal with a Cool Asian Male. Then he came out with Cool Asian Male 2, the Electric Boogaloo. You know, make your own choice and which one looks better. And if 2 Cool Asian Males isn't enough for you, here's number 3. And this one kind of looks like a freaking pro wrestler. But yeah, the face is very rugged, very cool looking, and then we have these badass looking tattoos. This is definitely a cool looking creation, but I don't think we should make him a mage. He definitely has a thief vibe. Alright, it's been a while, but we're back with Red Dead Angel, and like I said, he just has so many beautiful looking... I mean, look at these. I mean, the lighting helps immensely, but still, the character just looks... It looks too real here. There's an Hunger Games inspired character by Red Dead. I especially like the hair color and the shine on the hair. Next up is an Asian looking character, and there are 2 versions, and as you can see, like the first one is glossy skin and makeup. Like the difference is noticeable, but you have to look kind of closely in my opinion. Next one from Red Dead Angel is basically inspired by Pan Am. He says it so in his description as well. And I really like how this came out because he obviously, could have gone for the exact Pan Am look, which then would have ended up weird, but instead of that, he was just inspired. His objective in the end was to, make the best looking character as possible while giving it that Pan Am touch instead of trying to make it too accurate, which might end up with, different results. And ironically, I think this is the best Pan Am creation that I've ever seen for Dragon Dogma 2. And here's another Asian looking girl from Red Dead Angel, and it has different hair. I don't even know if it's like the same exact face. They look, as you can see, pretty similar. But I think I might prefer this one over the other one. But hey, that's just me, you know what I mean? And he says hot girl here. And yeah, I guess I see some kind of like Slavic. I wouldn't be surprised if she started saying Zdravstvuyte, spoke Russian. Kind of has that vibe to me. Now we move on to Fashion Little Outlaw, another creator that I showcased before. As you can see, it's a lovely looking creation. It's crazy to see that not too many people actually use the highlight feature in the game. Like, in this way where we can clearly see the difference between the actual hair and the highlight parts. Usually they make it really subtle, and what's also really cool about Fashion Little Outlaws creations, most of the time it's haircut proof, as it's been proven right here, right in front of your eyes. Obviously not every haircut is gonna look perfect, but hey. Here's another banger from Fashion Little Outlaw, and This one's actually not haircut proof. There you go. But I could easily see other haircut looking good on this creation too. And here's another unique creation in my opinion. I mean, look at the makeup. It's all gray. Like the lipstick is, the way it's applied is cool. The tattoos, they, you know, glow under lighting. It's just very nice. Even the, like the ashen, the gray hair it's a very nice shade of it. And again, it's another one of those haircut proof creations. Yeah, for sure. Here is another one from the same creator. And I just, again, like it. It's unique. It's different. Using a little bit of brown for makeup with the green eyes. It just goes really well. Love the hairstyle and the fact that it's different. And if you don't like the hairstyle, it's again, another one of those things that he claims to be haircut proof. Here's another original male creation from Fashion Little Outlaw. Again, just very unique. This next one looks very much like the character, the NPC that gives us a certain class that has to do with arrows, let me say, in the game, doesn't it? And this one is another one of your Daenerys Targaryen type of looking character, but what really sold it for me is the tattoos on the face of flowers. Besides, it's you know, very well put together character regardless. And this next one feels like a raider from like Fallout 4 or whatever, especially because of the face tattoos. Now, this next creation is very similar to this one, like quite similar, but I see that her eyes is a little bit thinner. Same with the nose, or it might just be my mind playing tricks on me, but I don't know. They look so similar, 99% similar almost, but also kind of different. Maybe it's the lighting, but I like this one better for whatever reason. This one just looks like the grown-up version of Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. We're back to the character creation channel, and this is the doll from Bloodborne. Here's another character with white hair. I mean, you should be, you know, used to it by now. And this is to be, or not to be. That's all that matters. Even you can even go ahead and give her the eye bandage or whatever you may want to call this. Go back to Hef's character creations. This is Billie Eilish, and you need me to actually tell you this because, again, it just looks almost spot on. And again, a very accurate looking character, once more by Hevs. Megan Fox. She was like in every single film, it felt like, during like the 2010s. Wonder what happened to her. Moving on to Sakura, and this has to be my favorite Aloy creation of them all. Not, again, because it looks accurate, but just her face looks smooth, nice, pleasant to look at. Here's a character based on Ellie from The Last of Us. I don't know why I toned it like that. Might be because I've been showing you so many freaking characters, but this, ladies and gentlemen, is Joel from The Last of Us. Whew, modeled after the in-game video, you know, I've shown a lot, man, oh my god. So you might want to use Pedro Pascal or use this one, whichever one you prefer. And under this lighting, ooh, it looks pretty good. You might even want to mix Pedro Pascal creation and this one to maybe get the optimal result. I'm not even sure how that would work, but yes. There you have it. This might have been the last Dragon Dogma character creation showcase video that I'll do. But I do want to make this same type of video for other games as well as they come out, or for older games even. And yeah, I said this might be the last one, so that means I've actually done other videos just like this, which you can find right here. There you go. Somewhere over here, there's going to be like 2 videos. You can check them out. So if you're not satisfied with all the creations I've shown you in this video, there's like 300 more right here. Number 1, enjoy, and number 2, you can thank me later. I'm getting out of here.